What's up, YouTube? This is Mouthless97 and welcome to episode number 59 of my WWE 2K15 Universe Mode. We're here with Friday Night SmackDown as the Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Tournament will continue as the New Day takes on the Ascension in the opening matchup. John Cena defeats Sin Cara in singles competition. Bo Dallas knocks off the Great Khali in their singles matchup. I apologize for that. Tamina Snuka defeats what am I saying? Doesn't defeat. They're facing each other. I'm jumping to conclusions here. Tamina and AJ Lee will face off after Tamina attacked AJ last week. Goldust will go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. So Goldust, the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, gets to put his medal to the test. CM Punk, the WWE Champion, goes one-on-one with the new #1 contender, Sheamus, in a Falls Count Anywhere match. So that should be exciting. And as we take another look at the tournament bracket, we saw on Monday Night Raw that the Usos advanced. They defeated Awesome Truth, so they'll be moving on to face the Shield in episode 60 over on, well, not 60, episode 61 on Monday Night Raw. I forgot because episode 60 is Saturday night's main event, which I did mention a while back at the pay-per-view. Well, we do know that we're going to be seeing the Shield taking on D-Generation X, so we'll see if that has any sort of effect on the Shield's match with the Usos. Just 2 days after that, we'll be competing on Saturday and then again on Monday, so that could perhaps give the Usos the advantage. But as we can see here tonight, excuse me, we have the New Day. Now, yes, I did get their attires finally. Although now they have their Green Day attires. So I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to update to the Green Day attires because those attires might be the ones in 2K16. And I don't want it to look like it's the same attires being recycled throughout the series. Like with Summer Rae. Summer Rae had the same purple and gold attire from the beginning of the, whenever she was released on DLC, up until just recently when I changed her attire, prior to Extreme Rules. So, I don't like it when that sort of circumstance happens, where it's just the same superstar in the same attire for an extended period of time. So that's one of the reasons, well, that used to be one of the reasons why I didn't update attires, just because, you know, they were going to be looking like that the next game. But, I don't know, we'll see what happens with the New Day. But I'm sure even if Green Day is not their attire, somebody's going to make that attire, and I'll get that attire for 2K16. But that's another place, another time, and I'm going on a tangent. So we can see the Ascension, they made their debut to the Tag Team Division after WrestleMania in episode 46, I believe it was, by defeating Santino and the Great Khali. They've also defeated the Los Matadores, and they even knocked off the New Day once since then. So Connor and Victor looking to do the same here tonight, but perhaps this could be a new day for the New Day, as you know, now that there's something up for grabs. They're in a tag team tournament. They have a potential shot at the Wyatt family and the tag team titles on the line. So the New Day, they could be working with new determination here tonight. And although they still have seemed like they've reached a point where they're starting to gel a little bit better. They're still losing a lot of matches. I can't think of the last time the New Day won a tag team match. Quite frankly, I don't understand. Well, anyway, I don't know. I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But Big E and Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods as well, I don't know, they just seem to have struggled to kind of formulate themselves as a successful tag team. Their styles haven't quite meshed just yet. It's been a bit of a learning process for them. But tonight, you know, tonight could be the night where everything just clicks for them. It could be their night, and they could pull off the victory here tonight. I don't know if I'd really call it an upset if either team won this match, considering the Ascension is still a fairly new tag team. So I feel like they're kind of on a level playing field. I don't know what that's saying about the New Day, considering at least Kofi Kingston has been in this series from the very beginning. He's a former tag team champion, so he knows what it's like to win championship gold. Big E was very close on multiple occasions to becoming the United States champion. Although, neither of them has really achieved substantial, or at least long-term success in the series. But this could be the opportunity, as with many other tag teams in this tournament, this could be their opportunity to break out and achieve that success that they have long since been striving for. So Connor tosses Kofi out to the floor, tags in Victor. Is Victor now just sort of standing in the ring. Connor, it looks like he's going to try and bring Kofi back into this thing. Kofi, though, climbs up the steel steps, back into the... Well, he doesn't even go out. He doesn't even go into the ring because Victor just went out of the ring. Not sure what he's trying to do, but he just tripped up Kofi Kingston there. Kofi landing hard on his back on the apron, which is... I mean, it's well documented that the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring, and Kofi landing spine first on the apron. That's going to take its toll as the match continues. You know, it may not have looked that devastating, but you know, sometimes it's the smallest of moves, the moves you don't, you know, the moves that maybe aren't the most flashy, but they're really destructive. You know, something that the casual viewer wouldn't exactly be able to relate to. As we see Connor now tossing Kofi over there into the corner, the wrong corner though. So that's the New Day's corner. Look at this, Kofi with a crucifix, goes for the cover, and that's not quite a 2 count. Connor barely kicks out before the 2 count. But now a DDT by Kofi is Kofi perhaps trying to take out Connor, get the New Day back into this thing, shift the momentum back in the New Day's favor. A nice drop kick by Kofi Kingston as he hops to the top rope. Look at this, diving double foot stomp from Kofi Kingston into the cover on Connor. That's a 1 count, but Victor quickly gets in there to break that one up. As now Kofi Kingston going for a DDT. Connor counters into a side Russian leg sweep. I do apologize, you know, with my voice at the moment, as you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I have been doing commentaries a lot today. I've already done, you know, if you just kind of want me to put this into perspective, a little bit of a fun fact, I recorded Extreme Rules earlier today, the commentary, just because well, I mentioned it for Extreme Rules, or if not, it was the last episode that I did. I recorded Extreme Rules, that episode, which was episode 58, and then this episode, both, you know, back to back to back. And then also GM Mode episode 12 was where I started, so just kind of a fun fact, you know, to see where I kind of began these commentaries. Anyway, I got lost on a tangent. Monkey flip by Kofi Kingston. Crossbody off the top rope. Hooks the leg on Victor. 1, 2. No, kick out by Victor. Oof. It was a close call there. I thought Kofi might have had him there. But now Kofi Kingston, look at this. Setting up SOS as he hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No, kick out by Victor. Oof. Again, another close call for the Ascension. Kofi Kingston nearly had him rolled up there on 2 occasions. Victor, he can't afford to let his guard down because you see what happens when you do. Victor now delivers a punch to the jaw of Kofi and now setting him up for a slingshot into the ropes. Kofi, you know, that's going to take all the out of you. Kofi's going to be struggling to breathe at the moment. Now is Victor's time to strike as he's got him in the headlock. Picks him up for a nice amateur wrestling takedown there from Victor. And Big E, all he can do is watch right now as Kofi Kingston gets dissected by Victor. Victor spins him around, setting him up for a nice back suplex right there. And look at the height on that suplex. He really got Kofi up there. As now Kofi was knocked against the ropes again. Victor going to look for that slingshot once more. Kofi going throat first into that bottom rope, and now Victor drops an elbow right onto the face of Kofi. And now Victor, he picks Kofi up. Kofi is in deep, deep trouble right now as Victor drags him over there to the ropes. Oh, and we've seen this before. Victor gonna set him up for that springboard uppercut to the jaw. Victor connected flush. Cover again. 1, 2, 3. No, just barely at the last possible second, Kofi manages to kick out. And now Victor, look at this. Oh, one-armed hip toss right there, or back body drop, I should say. Cover again by Victor, and a kick out by Kofi. Yeah, not a hip toss. That was clearly a back body drop. I don't know what I'm saying. But Kofi back to his feet. He's starting to fire back with a couple punches. Throws Victor over there into the corner. Oh, and Kofi Kingston, he's firing up now. Look at this. or not a hurricanrana, just that, I don't even know what to call that, in the corner. And now uppercut to the jaw of Victor. And here comes Kofi Kingston. Oh, nice double chop. Drop kick. No, instead, Victor just swats him out of the air like a fly. Cover again, but Big E this time gets in there to break it up. Well, Kofi was looking to get his comeback in there, looking for a second win, but Victor shut that down. And this is not looking good for Kofi, as Victor, he makes the tag. In comes Connor. Oh, and they're looking for it. They're looking to set him up for the fall of man right there. The double team by the Ascension. Connor hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. That is it, folks. The Ascension knock off the New Day, and they advance to the semifinals in the tag team tournament. Big E just couldn't quite get in there in time to break up the pinfall. And the Ascension, they get the win here tonight with the fall of man. Although, Kofi came very close. You know, those two occasions where it looked like he might have had Victor beat. But in the end, Victor just had, you know, Kofi. I mean, the Ascension did a really good job at isolating Kofi Kingston throughout this matchup. Not allowing him to tag in Big E. And then, you know, after a while, all the damage added up by that fall of man just finished it all off. That wasn't even a proper sentence, but whatever. The Ascension, they move on. They're going to be facing the Brotherhood next week here on SmackDown. Be sure to stay tuned for that episode when it gets released. And then, of course, on Monday Night Raw, episode 61, the Shield will take on the Usos. So, SmackDown, they have 3 teams advancing into the semifinals. So we take another look at the bracket here. The Shield taking on the Usos, the Ascension taking on the Brotherhood, and then we'll just be 1 round away from determining who will face the Wyatt family at the next pay-per-view over the limit for the tag team titles. So we clearly see the more dominant tag teams, who the more dominant tag teams are currently in the series. But it's time that we move on to the next matchup for this episode, as it is Tamina Snuka taking on AJ Lee. And look at this, AJ wasting a little time rushing down to the ring. Thez press there to Tamina, and now firing away a couple of strikes on Tamina Snuka right there. AJ, she's going to be very upset after what went down last week. Tamina's attack just completely blindsiding AJ before her match with Summer Rae. And AJ, she's back for redemption here tonight. Oh, hurricanrana right there to Tamina, taking her down. Goes for the cover, could get the win early here, but Tamina kicks out. You know, if you're Tamina, you're looking to make an impact, but I'm sure AJ is none too happy that she was that she was the one Tamina targeted. 2 count here, but another kick out by Tamina. And you know, with Tamina's approach, she's going to make a lot of enemies very quickly here in the WWE. But then again, I'm sure she doesn't care. She just wants to make an impact. She wants to be the most dominant diva on the roster. And I'm sure she doesn't care how many enemies she makes. You're not in this business to make friends. You're in this business to make money, provide a better living for yourself, your family, and perhaps future generations. And as well, you want to make an impact. You want to be known. You want to win championships and make your mark in the company while you're here. As Tamina, I'm sure that's her mentality. She's not in this business to make friends, and she doesn't care how many enemies she makes, just as long as she can defeat every single one of them. Suplex right there to AJ Lee. Although Tamina, you can see she's definitely feeling the effects from the pre-match attack by AJ. I guess it's a bit of turnabout's fair play for Tamina, as she attacked AJ before her match with Summer Rae last week, so AJ just simply returned the favor tonight. As AJ now delivered that kick to the gut, or punch to the gut. Went for a kick to the gut, but Tamina blocked it. Now backbreaker into a neck breaker right there from AJ. She goes for the cover. 1, 2, but Tamina kicks out again at 2.5. As AJ, she's really taking control early on. And of course, that attack is definitely going to give her the advantage. Much like Summer Rae was given the advantage last week when Tamina blindsided AJ. As now AJ setting her up. Oh, nice snap of the neck right there from AJ. Just the whiplash taking its toll on Tamina. As Tamina now, she's trying to regain control. Tosses AJ into the corner. What could Tamina be thinking here? Doesn't matter as AJ counters it. And now AJ, she spins Tamina around. But now Tamina counters with an elbow to the back of the, or to the elbow to the face of AJ. And now here's AJ, spinning neck breaker, taking down Tamina Snuka. As now she picks Tamina up. Could perhaps be going in for the kill here. She's looking for that maneuver once again. Okay, I lied. The last episode that she used that, I said I would remember it. I don't remember it. 2 count. But whatever it is, it's effective as she finishes off Tamina Snuka with that signature maneuver. So, of course, AJ, she was unable to hit her Shining Wizard in this matchup. It was blocked by Tamina. Right there, Tamina blocked it. So instead, AJ, she just went for that signature a second time. And, you know, after the attack beforehand, that was all it took to put away Tamina Snuka here tonight. So AJ, she gets her revenge here tonight on Tamina. And now you can see AJ just skipping around the ring. As AJ, I'm sure we're gonna see more matches between these two. I feel like this feud is far from over just yet. But AJ now, she can relish her victory tonight, because I'm sure that this rivalry is far from over. So it's time that we move on to the next match, as it will feature this man, Rey Mysterio, taking on the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, Goldust. And we can see Rey Mysterio sporting a new attire here tonight. I really like that one. It's, you know, it's a multicolored attire, red and blue. I kind of like it. It's, you know, a nice, like I said, with these following Extreme Rules, we're trying to spice up the appearance of the attires. Wait a minute, Titus O'Neil attacking Goldust from behind now. Well, what is with all these pre-match attacks anymore? It seems like we can't go an episode without somebody getting jumped from behind. I guess that's just the way people are making impacts these days. But anyways, so Rey Mysterio, right off the bat, is going to start out with the upper hand over Goldust. Titus O'Neil, of course, preparing to face Goldust for the Intercontinental Championship at Over the Limit. But look at this, Rey Mysterio. Sunset flip into the cover. Could defeat Goldust right here, right now. Not quite yet. Goldust kicks out at 2.5. So Titus O'Neil perhaps not only trying to soften up Goldust, but this is an opportunity tonight for Titus to scout out Goldust, see what he can do in the ring against a high flyer like Rey Mysterio. And Titus, of course, he defended the title at Extreme Rules against Ryback. So Titus, he overcame that big obstacle he needed to. He made that first step that he really needed to cement himself as a dominant Intercontinental Champion, as a legitimate Intercontinental Champion. So now he just has to keep on doing what he's doing. He has to keep on getting victories, retaining that title, and slowly but surely his stock will continue to rise. And one day, we could perhaps see Titus O'Neil battling it out for the World Heavyweight Championship. As this is an Extreme Rules match, unfortunately, because that's what the rivalry sets. I wish it was just a regular match, but unfortunately it's not, and I can't pretend like it wasn't now because Goldust just used the kendo stick. Let's just imagine that he just punched him. That kendo stick is not there. What was I just talking about? Yeah, you know what I mean, guys. Nothing was that. Not what. I don't know what I was saying. Anyways, that was really bad to try to no-sell that. As we can see now, Goldust. Look at this. The lifting reverse DDT hooks the leg on Mysterio. 2 count, but Rey kicks out at 2. So Goldust now, he's got to hurry up and finish this thing, because the longer it goes, the more it's going to favor Mysterio now that Goldust has been attacked by Titus O'Neil. So Goldust was looking to wrap it up quickly. Mysterio countered the final cut into a neck breaker, but Goldust kicks out. However, that's going to set Goldust in position as Rey Mysterio sends him into the ropes. 619 from Mysterio. And now off the top, hits the splash. He connects onto Goldust. Mysterio hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio wins the matchup here tonight. And that's a big victory for Mysterio. As it's been a while since we've seen him team up with Sin Cara, perhaps Rey Mysterio looking to go back on the singles path, looking to perhaps line himself up for a future Intercontinental Championship match. I mean, it's possible. Rey Mysterio, if he can keep stringing together these victories, he may just be the next man to step up to face the Intercontinental Champion, whether it's Goldust or Titus O'Neil. Regardless, a victory over the #1 contender is, you know, it's a good way to get yourself on the map, get yourself back as a talking point here on SmackDown, back in the rankings. So Mysterio here tonight gets the win over Goldust, and that's, like I said, a good confidence booster, a way to get his name back out there. Now it's time that we moved on to the main event for this episode, as it's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere confrontation between our current WWE Champion, CM Punk, and the #1 contender, who will be facing Punk at Over the Limit for the title, Sheamus. So this matchup, a rematch from last week where it was supposed to be CM Punk versus Randy Orton, but Sheamus blindsiding Orton backstage and then bringing him out to ringside just as almost like a prize, just to show CM Punk, you know, hey, this is what I did, you're next. And Sheamus went on to win that matchup, so he's #1 contender. And now tonight, he gets a rematch with Punk, so these two get to scout each other out a little bit more. Wait a minute. What is Wade Barrett doing out here? Wade's not in this matchup. Why is he coming down to the ring? Well, maybe Wade Barrett, I guess he's just going to be standing ringside for this matchup, as it's Falls Count Anywhere, so I guess anything goes. This is going to be a huge disadvantage for CM Punk tonight, having Barrett in Sheamus' corner. But Sheamus heading down to the ring here. As you can see, these two are just hated by the SmackDown fans, even though they have been some of the main staples on the show. Oh, wait a minute. Punk, not even waiting for the match to begin, going right after Sheamus. And look at this, Barrett now looking to get himself in the action. Oh, come on, this match hasn't even started yet, and we're already breaking down into a fight here, as Punk tossing Sheamus into the ring. But there's Barrett from behind with a low blow to Punk. This match hasn't even started. This is just turned into an all-out fight between these three. Barrett and Sheamus now. Looks like they're going to try to pick Punk apart here. Barrett going into the ring. Sheamus tossing Punk into the ring. And of course, these two have been on SmackDown since the beginning. And now that all these new superstars getting brought onto the show, they've just been forgotten. They're in the same boat, and it looks like, you know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It appears as though Sheamus and Barrett, they both hate CM Punk, so they've joined forces. And, you know, they had their own rivalry. They were, like, facing each other just a short month or two ago. White noise by Sheamus. But Barrett and Sheamus, you saw they were tearing each other apart just a month ago, but it seems like that strategy to get themselves noticed didn't work. So they're going with this alternative, just beating the crap out of the WWE Champion. Wade Barrett now, look at this, setting Punk up for Wasteland. CM Punk just getting absolutely destroyed here by these two men. Somebody's got to stop this. Somebody's got to put an end to this attack. Wait a minute. That's Roman Reigns. That's Roman Reigns' music. What is he doing here? Oh my God. Roman Reigns, thank you. We have somebody coming down here to stop this. Oh, a Superman punch to Wade Barrett. Barrett tried to cut Roman off at the pass, but to no avail. Roman now in the ring, blocks a punch from Sheamus, and now Superman punch to Sheamus. Roman Reigns, the cavalry has arrived. Oh, but he's not done. He's looking to add an exclamation point here as he sets Sheamus up for the spear. Right there, just about broke the Celtic Warrior in half. As Roman Reigns just decimated Wade Barrett and Sheamus right here, saving CM Punk from getting just destroyed from those two. And oh, Punk's back to his feet. Punk's heading into the ring here. Are we going to see a confrontation between these two? They're staring each other down. What's going to happen? Who's going to strike first? Are they going to fight each other? What's going on here? CM Punk? What? Oh, it appears as though there's some mutual respect between these two. CM Punk, he didn't attack Roman. Roman didn't attack Punk. They just, you know, Roman came down to save Punk, and Punk showing his respect to the young superstar. But that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. Punk and Roman stand tall. Keep on YouTubing.